All right, let's try again to have a conversation now with the MEC for Roads and Transport in the province of Gauteng. We're talking about the apparent growing dispute, right, when it comes to the taxi industry and her office as far as some of the issues around operating license delays are concerned. You've heard from her yesterday when she had that briefing, but also it seems the taxi industry unhappy. MEC, good evening to you once again. Thank you so much for your time. Hopefully it's second time lucky. As I was saying, we are counting. It's 6 days left when it comes to that ultimatum, as far as it goes by the taxi industry. So have you met with the leadership? What's the latest?
We hope the match does not happen. Where we are, there's no broken relationship. We are meeting also with them tomorrow at 9 in Tshwane. I think they might be not happy with one thing or the other, but I don't think it's a broken relationship because we have structured ways of meeting with them. We meet structurally every quarter, once in a quarter, and on special occasions, then we'll allow them to meet. But we have standing meetings together on a quarterly basis. The last time I met them formally was on the 11th of May. And reading through their statement, they are saying, I'm breaching their protocol, I'm going on the ground without them, meeting associations without them is one of the things that is making them too much. And I think in our cooperation and collaboration in providing public transport service, they should also know their lane. And I know my lane. My lane is to service people of Gauteng. And individual taxi operators that I license, I have a right to go to them and check if the services we are giving them, they are happy with those services. So one of the things that they're crying for really is that I've breached protocol, which is not true. I told them for 2 years I've been wanting to do road shows to local operators. Secondly, on the 11th of May, I told them now I'm ready, I'm going on the ground. And I'm not only going on the ground on my own, I'm going on the ground with taxi recapitalization program, just to check what is the feeling of members of that is a program that has been there for 20 years. The funds thereof were never accessed. And to now, as a person that always do work and operations on the ground, on the ground that were supposed to be scrapped. Now the question is, and there's a fee to it, why are they not coming forward to scrap those vehicles? And the truth is, when we get on the ground, I've never met less than 150 per association. For now, that's a good number. That's a good feedback that I'm getting, whether people are happy or not.
Two questions, pardon me for coming in there. So the first one is, they themselves say the relations have broken down. That's what they said. They even said this to us here on the channel, that relations have broken down.
How about we need? They're not telling the truth. The relations are not broken. Perhaps maybe they think the relationship is broken because as part of their first paragraphs, they speak about Gauteng Taxi Industry Trust, which I was probing. They had to present a report to me with the trust, and I probed. I asked questions that they could not clarify, and I gave them time. I said, go back with your report and come back to me and give me. Remember, we are accountable to people of Gauteng. Every little allocation, it doesn't matter how small the money is money of people of Gauteng, and we must be accountable. And when you come and present a report to me, obviously on behalf of people of Gauteng, I should ask questions and be sure of what is it that you did with the money, how are you accessing this money, what is the program, what did you achieve, why did you not achieve this, what happened, what are the issues that require me as an executive authority to unblock, but then what did you do with this? Like for instance, they have an app that we supported, the Shesha app that as government we were supporting them. It had challenges, and obviously I'll ask questions. Like I cautioned them before they launch that these are the things that you should put in place before you go and launch, but nevertheless they went. It has challenges, and then you ask questions. You remember, I can't just say, okay, we'll give you more support. I must ask questions and satisfy myself that they have responded to accordingly. As an accountable public rep, I need to then satisfy myself first. So I'm still waiting for them where they left me. We are going to have, this meeting is a special meeting because of the request they made. By the way, before they did a presser, they requested a meeting. Not only a meeting, we had a meeting on one Sunday night where they were saying I must not go, and they would have told local associations not to even receive me. We've been well received. Their ordinary members are happy. So they cry on operating licenses. So these are the people that I worked through. We established crisis committee because there was a backlog of operating licenses. I used their knowledge and input to come up with solutions. And then we finished the process. We were done. We started issuing last year. So at the first ceremony, I arrived, I mean, symbolically, because I was pressured to go to another engagement, symbolically then handed it over, read the code of conduct of the operating license, and left. After that, the very same fathers, they say, hey, this thing of you leaving the ceremonies, your officials then hold back the operating licenses to sell them to us, Barba 500 rands. Then I said, oh no, then it means that we need to clear and eradicate the syndicates that work around within the department, while yes, investigations are continuing. And then I said, okay, then it means I must do ceremonies in all the regions. So we will call you when your operating license is out and tell you that the ceremony is in Johannesburg, the ceremony is in Ekurhuleni or is in Tshwane, so that I physically be the one who issues the operating license. They came back, they are not happy with it. And let me tell you, in those ceremonies, we could assist the law enforcement to identify also the challenges that we're faced with, that comes with taxi killings and disputes that we continue to see. I must say it's not perfect in the department. We have continued to, and still continue to see fraudulent activities that happen. In 2 occasions, we could see 2 people just applied. They are not even part of the backlog. Who don't know taxi operation, who don't even know Gauteng. And we issued them with a license, and we could pick up those stories. And these are the stories we give them feedback on. And now, surprise, surprise, they no longer want that ceremony. They want to take it back to the front desk. And I said, no, I'm not taking it to the front desk, because also there's duplicates of membership and there's challenges of membership data on the ground and what we have in the department. I will take operating license. I have time. I'm elected by people. I must serve them, and I must make sure that the people I serve are happy. I will go association by association to take the operating licenses, so that membership of those associations can see who is a member. If it's a new member, they must be able to see, okay, this is our member, we know him or we don't know him. So when those are the issues that create disputes. The killings that are there, it's because membership bloated, people come on to the office because also officials, then they get access to the system. And then when you go to association, they are surprised for they've got a bigger membership. Let me make this example.
So hang on, there's something you said which I want to stay with, because I do not want to lose that. You speak about the fact that they want to revert back, and you speak about the officials. You touched on it, officials. Could that be where the problem is? That there is a loophole where some of the officials would have allowed, the system to actually have these loopholes or be manipulated, if one can even use that with that term. Then that's why they want to go back there, because you are now coming with this method that they are not happy with. Could it be that there have been, issues where there's breakdowns here?
What I can say there is, it's in their best interest for them not to oppose me eradicating illegal operations as well as ghost membership. I said we are not perfect in the department. I mean, these problems have been continuing for many, many years, and that's why you see us renela, you know what, let me set aside time to help fix taxi operation in our province. And this will assist them. By the way, they are seen by financial institutions as a risk business. And one of the things that we committed ourselves is that This is one of the indigenous black business that requires sustainability. Already there's a threat of it not being a taxi operation, not being a sustainable business. Already society has attitude and perception about it. All of us, when we start working, the first thing you pray for is to buy a car because you want to move away from a taxi and its operation as an individual. And that's what we are trying to, and in our talks, we have achieved a lot, by the way, and there's still a lot to achieve with them. We need them because they are providing service to a whole lot of economically active individuals. And that's why you see us prioritizing, ensuring that they operate legally, prioritizing eradicating the violence and killings that is associated with them. And thanks to the President and the Premier of Gauteng for listening to us when we said we have a huge problem of violence and killings within the taxi industry in Gauteng. And PKTT is focusing on that. We continue to get support through the Prof joints to deal with issues of violence. And these are the reports and feedback that we gave them.
So what happens?
If you listen to them also, they are not saying we are not servicing them. They are happy, MEC is there, but then they don't want MEC to go on the ground. What are they
They're
hiding?
saying they don't want you to, and I'm going to borrow from some of what they've said to us as the SABC. This is the provincial chairperson, Midday Mali. We do not say the MEC must not talk to members, but the protocol should be followed, and we should agree as a structure that these are the issues to be addressed.
Maybe I don't understand what is protocol. Remember, government is government of the people by the people. And when we have a structure that we work with to collaborate on particular things, it doesn't mean that that structure is a bridge between government and its people. And what I'm doing it on behalf of the people. And the people as individuals, they come to me as a department to ask, to apply and ask for assistance in various ways. There's associations that write to me, they have problems, that want me to come and intervene and assist them. And like I said, the halls are full. The reception is very good. Actually, we are getting more issues that Bona at the provincial level, they never get to speak to. Let me make this example. On taxi recapitalization, the membership on the ground says, MEC, the program as it was launched in 2006, it was looking at models from 2005 backwards. Can you go and lobby for us and advocate for models from 2006 to this side so that we are able to also scrap them? It's something that was never mentioned in any sitting with them, but I got it on the ground. So I'm saying to them, they should not want to co-govern. We are collaborating on particular issues. Government must still continue doing its job, and we will continue doing our job. We respect them. When they want to go to their ground, they have, I mean, it's their own business. They must do it. But when government wants to, we have informed them. When there's taxi killings and violence, I call them, they never come with me. Never. They never, you will never see them. You'll see me struggling, trying to push issues on my own. And what is it that they fear so much that I'll get on the ground? Because so far I've met around 11 associations. It's just issues of operators, challenges that they're faced with, either with law enforcement or with operating licenses themselves,
so, MEC,
and the scraping process.
Pardon me, I'm completely out of time, but briefly, what are you taking into tomorrow's meeting then? Because you say it's a special meeting that they've asked for. So what then are your biggest agenda points that you're taking to that meeting?
Remember, the responsibility of a leader is to listen. And I think through the press, we can't be addressing each other, especially when we have a platform to address one another. I'm going there to listen, most importantly, because as I read, as I try to listen to their interviews, I'm unable to touch what is the gripe, what is the challenge, what is the issue. So I'm going there to listen to them. Secondly, but also be able to clarify the rules. I'm not co-governing with them. They are a business entity, they are business people. And there are issues that I've been raising with them, like, for instance, the bullying and the harassing of other modes, like e-hailers, that we should be resolving together. I still need them. And they still need me, by the way. So we need to work together to ensure that we don't mess our relationship.
All right.
So I really don't think there's a broken relationship, and they should also not threaten. You see, the problem is when you threaten, you are not threatening me, but the economy. But also, as they threaten, they start losing the very same commuters. Because commuters, once they leave you, they are gone. You'll never get them. And they will continue doing the harassment that they continue and bullying that they continue doing. And we're warning them that this must stop. Every time when they have issues, they must come to the table and not threaten and bully and harass people.
All right,
it's
MEC,
unacceptable.
Thank you so much for your time. Let's see then what happens tomorrow, and keenly, of course, waiting then the update on that particular front. Gauteng MEC for Roads and Transport, Kiriboni Diale Tlabela.